walking up to the mansion. It's pretty cool. Nice little double loop thing to get up to it. Not a stable video, sorry. Nice and lovely with all the trees. See there, I walked along from back there. Pretty cool. Tours at 12. I don't think there's photos or videos allowed inside the mansion. So, look at this tree. The mansion tour, really cool. It's 80% original, which is really impressive. The most original of any presidential house in the US. And it's preserved as of when he was retired, so he lived here after his retirement. Apparently his wife died right before he became president, but he never was interested in anybody else. And his bedroom in here, like his retirement bedroom, has her portrait over the fireplace. And there was a portrait in the bedroom that was painted of him when he was like 76. 7 days later he died. 7 days after that portrait. Kind of crazy. And there's like 6 original wallpapers that were there like when this house was here. And this house was like modified a couple times. So the first time it was just like the center part without the wings on the side. And it didn't have the columns. And then they added the wings on the side and the columns. And then there was a fire, so the roof burned down, and somehow the fire didn't, no wait, the wallpaper in the entrance hallway is like a Grecian style, and it was not, it was destroyed by the fire, but he bought the same one because his wife had picked it out. So he bought the same one and put it in, and that one is original to after the fire. So anyway, really cool stuff. We saw his bedroom, his kid's bedroom, and when he died, his son, Andrew Jr., was kind of a POS. So, like, he had some gambling issues and such, so he was in like 50 grand in debt. And so he sold the house to the state, and the state was going to turn it into like a veteran home or something. But then and this was in 1887, I think. A group of ladies petitioned. It was like a Hermitage ladies club, and they petitioned to turn it into a museum. They said, give us 20 acres and the house, and we'll make it a museum. So they did that in 1887, I think it was. And then they slowly bought more land. So now they have a little bit more land than the original footprint of the property to give themselves a little like green barrier around. So it's like really quiet here at night, they said. I probably am forgetting a lot of stuff, but it was cool. Walking through the garden now. It's very peaceful. It's to the east of the house. Ooh, leaves. Yeah, this place is really cool. The weather's really nice now too. Like, look at that blue sky. Those are very pretty. Look at this really pretty garden area. It's like in the center of it. And then there's like a path over there. Over here. Back in that corner is where the graves are for the family. And there's another path there. forgot to tell you about. He was a cost savings guy, not a cut corners guy, but a cost savings guy. So all the brick on the house is made of Tennessee red clay, and it's 3 bricks deep for insulation. And the columns, you know, they're made to look like the Greek marble columns or whatever, but they're just made of Tennessee poplar because, you know, it's cheaper and it's around here. And those columns are original to when they were added to the house. And here's some garden footage while I tell you about this. So that's pretty cool. And they said he's the only president to have paid off the national debt. And now I'm heading back towards where like some slave quarters were and stuff. But only president to ever paid off the national debt. Because he's a cost savings guy, I guess. And he had some slaves, right? And the like lady who was in charge of all the slaves, his head slave, I guess, she actually escaped. And oh, I forget what year it was, but it was when there were like Union soldiers in Nashville. And so she escaped to Nashville, risking getting caught again, so that she could be free. And she was freed and lived out the rest of her life as like a caretaker and midwife kind of person. So that's pretty cool. I think these are the slaves' quarters, but I need to go read the sign. So I also forgot that they still farm today 500 acres of soybeans. So that's pretty cool. And this area over here, like there's a spring here behind me. They used to have a spring house that would right there, but they kind of closed it up and closed down the spring to protect the water supply or something. But this area is really pretty back here and shaded, so maybe I won't get a sunburn. So when Andrew Jackson first bought this land, he lived in a 2-story log cabin back here, which, you know, this is where it was. And then he got famous and had a lot of guests, so that became too small to have guests, so then they built the first edition of the mansion, and they converted this into a 1-story slave quarters, which is right here. It's really hot, got my hair up, but another thing I forgot to mention, he said that Andrew Jackson had a bullet like an inch from his heart for the last 40 years of his life, and that he took a lot of medicine that had lead and mercury in it and sugar. So he's like, it's a wonder anybody lived very long. Interesting. Who knew you could live for 40 years with a bullet an inch from your heart? So here is another slave quarter area that's closer to the fields. The buildings aren't still standing, but the areas they were in are marked with stones, so you can see. And then they found like, I think that's like a fire pit right there, but they found a bunch of stuff here that indicated how the slaves lived their lives. You know, they found like little porcelain toys and padlocks and various medicine vials and stuff too. So there is a lot of history in this area.
crowd. On the count of three, y'all with me? Come on. 1, 2, 3. So wake me up when it's all over. When I'm wiser and I'm older. All this time I was finding myself and I didn't know I was lost.
If any of you are around when I have to meet my day, I don't want a long funeral, and if you get somebody to deliver the eulogy, tell them not to talk too long. I'd like somebody to mention that day that Martin Luther King Jr. tried to give his life serving others. I'd like for somebody to say that day that Martin Luther King Jr. tried to love somebody. I want you to say that day that I tried to be right on the war question. I want you to be able to say that day that I did try to feed the hungry. And I want you to be able to say that day that I did try in my life to clothe those who were naked. I want you to say on that day that I did try in my life to visit those who were in prison. I want you to say that I tried to love and serve humanity. If you want to say that I was a drum major, say that I was a drum major for justice. Say that I was a drum major for peace. I was a drum major for righteousness. I just want to leave a committed life behind, and that's all I want to say. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., February 4th, 1968. Look how pretty this is. I'm on this bridge up here in the middle. This would be a lovely place to just chill out and read. Have a nice little picnic.
And we love to write programs for fall and spring. And we love to send emails and we smile and nod at meetings. And we love to eat ice cream all the time.
had dinner here at Avo. It was delicious, plant-based. And this is the One City area. They've got, you know, dinner, gym, some wellness cafe down there, a little grassy area where you can walk your dog and stuff, and some like stage type thing. There's a coffee shop over there. They had some nice little chairs to lounge in by the grass. Some pasta place. And then over here, there's ice cream and beach volleyball. And it almost seems like it's like a city in a city. Like a self-contained little city thing within Nashville called One City, and no smoking at all in One City, which I greatly enjoy. Coco's ice cream there I've had before, but I got dessert at Avo, so I probably won't get it today. Unfortunately, it's delicious. Beach volleyball's back there. Check out this park, it's really nice. That's a nice view. There's a nice path around a World War II memorial here. Tennessee State Museum is right there. And this is the Court of 3 Stars, and there's bells in each of those columns. It looks really cool. Over there is the Tennessee State Museum and Library Archives, or the Tennessee State Library and Archives, that I didn't know was there, and it's open, so I'm gonna go there now in a minute. But yeah.